Well, of course we know this. The Great Smoky Mountains are full of stories, tales, and fables. This weekend, you can hear from world-renowned storytellers sharing their talents right here in East Tennessee at the Flatwater Tales Storytelling Festival in Oak Ridge. Joining us today is Emily Jernigan, one of the founders of the festival, and one of the wonderful storytellers, the Reverend Robert Jones. Thank you both for being with us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Big weekend ahead of you. Let's begin with you, Ms. Jernigan. This was something that you've been a part of since the very beginning.
That's right.
Tell us about it in the start.
Well, my husband and I fell in love with storytelling when we went to Jonesboro to the Storytelling Festival in 2010. And in 2017, we were standing on Main Street during that festival with another couple of friends from Oak Ridge and I said, I thought about bringing one to Oak Ridge. I don't know if we could do it. And we said, yes, we can. And we did. And we started, we knew if we wanted it to be an annual event, which we did, and we would start with top storytellers, and so we did, and 8 years later we are still going strong and growing.
Yes, one of those top storytellers with us right now, Reverend Jones. Thank you once again. Traveled from Detroit to be a part of this. Tell us about your type of storytelling.
Well, you know, storytellers come in all shapes, sizes, varieties. Some of us use music, some of us don't. But one of the things that I've always been inspired by are the people who could tell a story, like Gamble Rogers, for example, who use music and kind of bring our own soundtrack with us. So that's one of the things I do. I concentrate on a lot of traditional American music. And the story is that we need to celebrate our diversity instead of tolerating our diversity. And so it's just been a joy to meet people like Emily and to be a part of like this particular storytelling festival because of its history and its emphasis on that idea of celebrating America.
And storytelling, old as time, but yet so relevant even in this day. And the importance that it remain a part of the fabric of America to me. Would you agree?
Without a doubt. I mean, we get our stories sometimes from our parents and our grandparents and our great-grandparents, and they give us an aspect of history or social change that we can't get from a book. We can't get it from a movie. It's real. It's grandma is telling us her story, and it's also our story. So if we don't get it from one another, we'll lose it. So it's very important now more than ever.
Ms. Jernigan, give us the details, and then we're going to have a treat.
I've got my little cheat sheet here.
Okay. Yes.
Well, this afternoon we've got Ann Shimojima, who is Japanese American, and she's talking at the American Museum of Science and Energy at a free show. Tonight, Robert Jones is going to bring us the history of America through music. Robert was here 2 years ago, and nobody wanted him to even leave. So we brought him back again this year to do that as a featured show. I need to make the point that all three storytellers tell a story at every show, and it's different at every show. So tomorrow morning at 10, Anna is going to tell stories from Japan. At 2 o'clock, Robert is going to be featured with Crazy in Alabama. And then at 7 o'clock, Bill Lepp, who has come to every single storytelling festival here, $50 hijinks. So come and join www.flatwatertales.com.
Wonderful, and we just have just a few seconds, but we would love to hear you perform.
Well, here's an idea. This old guitar, which is a 1930s era guitar, was used for something called blues, like songs like, I got a gal who's crazy about me. She's just as crazy as a gal can be. She ain't crazy, she's just funny that way, which you would never play in a church. But of course the same chords are, precious Lord, take my hand, lead me on, let me stand. So you see that our culture is built on various aspects of who we are and where we've come from. And so to say I don't like a part of America's musical culture is, you just haven't heard enough of it.
And we'll leave it at that. Thank you both so much for being with us. We appreciate it. It's going to be a great weekend in Oak Ridge.
Great. Hope to see people tonight.
Absolutely.